Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that I didn't just hide a wedding, he hid an entire life? Flushed face, yeah, you heard that right. The man who raps about loyalty and keeping it real apparently kept a whole new wife real quiet. And just when you thought the Atlanta streets couldn't get any messier, Jaguar Wright decided to open her mouth, and the internet hasn't slept since. Because when Jaguar speaks, people either start running, deleting their DMs, or suddenly finding God. But this time, she came for the Harris household, allegedly dropping bombshell receipts about a secret ceremony, hush money transfers, and one tiny-sized meltdown that has the entire hip-hop world side-eyeing the king of the South. Eyes. So, here's the million-dollar question. Was this just another publicity stunt gone wrong? Or did I actually think he could hide a wedding in the age of screenshots and iCloud leaks? Because if Jaguar's claims are even halfway true, this isn't just a scandal. It's a career funeral wrapped in designer tuxedos and lies. Stay locked in, because by the time we're done, you'll see why this so-called secret wedding might just destroy everything I ever built. They say every secret eventually leaks, but in Atlanta, it doesn't just leak, it explodes. And when Jaguar Wright decided to drop her truth bombs, the first casualty wasn't I's image, it was Tiny's heart. The internet woke up to chaos. Screenshots, voicemails, half-blurred photos of what looked like a private ceremony in Miami. And right in the middle of it all, a faint but unmistakable voice singing in the background. Whatever you do, don't let Tiny find out. People laughed at first. Memes flooded X and TikTok. Ain't no way Tik got married again without the cameras, one user wrote. But within hours, Jaguar went live. Face close to the camera, eyes wild with that I told you so energy. Y'all think I'm lying? Wait till I show you the ring. She held up a screenshot of a woman's hand with a massive diamond, tagged I Private Event 2024. And that was it, the internet detonated. Fans who once defended I and Tiny's so-called ride or die relationship started connecting dots. The timing lined up with that mysterious weekend when I disappeared from social media, claiming he was filming something private. Tiny posted a vague caption the same night. When loyalty dies, love becomes a weapon.
No one paid attention back then.
Now it looked like a confession hiding in plain sight. But here's where it gets darker. Sources close to Jaguar, or so she claimed, said this wasn't some random affair. This was a spiritual ceremony in the Bahamas, attended by a few industry people who know how to keep their mouths shut. One anonymous insider allegedly messaged a gossip blogger. It wasn't legal, but it was real. Vows, rings, everything. And the bride? Not a celebrity. Not even an influencer. Just an unknown woman from Atlanta who supposedly worked behind the scenes at Grand Hustle for years. Now, anyone who's followed I and Tiny knows their marriage has seen everything from cheating scandals to federal investigations. But this was a new level of betrayal. Tiny, who had stood by him through it all, the cheating rumors, the drug cases, the infamous accusations, was now being humiliated publicly by a leak she didn't even see coming. Jaguar's live stream kept rolling. She hinted at names, dropped blurred screenshots of text threads allegedly between I and this woman. You think Tiny didn't know? She knew something, but she never thought it was this. Suddenly, old interviews resurfaced. Tiny's 2023 sit-down with a podcast where she said, I don't question, nothing, no more. If I don't see it, it don't exist. Viewers replayed that clip a million times, calling it the calm before the storm. Blogs like Neighborhood Talk and Gossip City ATL went wild. Jaguar Wright strikes again, headline screamed. Twitter threads turned into investigations. Someone even matched the carpet in Jaguar's leaked photo to a Bahamian resort that hosted exclusive private events last summer. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you mix I's reputation with Jaguar's persistence, coincidence stops sounding innocent. Behind closed doors, though, things were reportedly ugly. A friend of Tiny's cousin allegedly told a YouTube gossip host that Tiny broke down completely after the story hit. She's not mad at Jaguar, she's mad at herself. She said she ignored too many signs. Another insider added, "She's been through scandals before, but this time it's like she's done pretending everything's okay." The timeline was too clean. March 2024. T.I. disappears. April. New car, new jewelry, and a video surfaces of him wearing a white suit at a family event that no one could identify. By June, Tiny unfollows several Grand Hustle associates on Instagram. And in August, Jaguar starts teasing an untold story about a rapper's double life. Every piece fit like a puzzle nobody wanted to complete. And the wildest part? There's talk that this ceremony wasn't spontaneous. According to one of Jaguar's so-called industry friends, T.I. had been planning it for months, even allegedly flying the woman to Miami twice under the guise of studio work. The woman, only known as K, was reportedly a former background vocalist who'd worked on one of his unreleased tracks. That's right, she wasn't just part of the team, she was part of the lyrics. When blogs dug deeper, they claimed to find her private Facebook posts quoting love poems around the same time T.I. was supposedly on tour. It all painted a picture too messy to ignore. The kind of story that forces fans to pick sides, loyalty or logic. Tiny's camp went silent. No statements. No posts. Just silence. Meanwhile, T.I. posted a cryptic caption. "Y'all believe anything but the truth." A few laughing emojis, then comments turned off. Classic move. Because when the fire's real, you don't pour gasoline, you disappear. Still, silence wasn't enough. By the third day, TMZ and Shade Room were chasing the story. Not because they believed Jaguar, but because the audience did. Her live had millions of views. Her comments section flooded with people asking, "Where's Tiny? Why she's so quiet?" And that's when a voice note started circulating, allegedly Tiny crying, saying, "He made me look stupid again." Nobody could confirm it was her, but it didn't matter. The emotional weight felt too real. The internet didn't wait for evidence. It built its own truth. From barbershops to beauty salons, everyone had an opinion. Some said Jaguar was clout chasing again. Others said she finally exposed what everyone in the industry already knew, that T.I.'s loyalty had an expiration date. And somewhere between gossip and grief, the line blurred completely. Atlanta insiders whispered that Tiny packed her bags and moved into a friend's mansion for mental peace. Paparazzi claimed to spot her outside a restaurant, sunglasses on, tears visible even behind the lenses. One headline read, "Tiny seen crying while holding T.I.'s necklace, the symbol of a broken empire." And maybe that's exactly what this was, the collapse of an empire that once defined power couple goals. Because if Jaguar's leaks were true, this wasn't just a man cheating. This was a man remarrying in secret while the world still thought he was committed to the woman who built his image beside him. By day 4, fans started demanding proof. Where's the marriage certificate? Where's the bride? But the truth didn't need paperwork anymore. It had gone viral. And just when people started thinking the story might die down, Jaguar posted one last message. "I ain't done yet. Wait till you see who signed the guest book." The internet froze. Guest book? Who was there? Rappers? Producers? Celebs? The suspense was cinematic. And deep down, everyone knew, if Jaguar had more, the next leak wouldn't just embarrass T.I., it could dismantle half of Atlanta's music royalty. Tiny reportedly called her lawyer that night. That's when the whispers began, about divorce papers, asset freezes, and a team of investigators digging through old contracts. What started as gossip was now becoming something else entirely, a war between truth, ego, and exposure. Because in Hollywood, love doesn't die, it leaks. And the craziest part? This was just the beginning. By the next morning, Atlanta felt like a live wire. Everyone waited for Jaguar Wright's guest book drop. Bloggers refreshed her page every 30 seconds. TikTok detectives were already breaking down the frame-by-frame of her previous live, and even T.I.'s longtime friends suddenly went quiet online. No posts, no likes, just digital silence. That silence said everything. Then, around 2 p.m., Jaguar went live again. "Y'all wanted names?" she hissed, waving a folded piece of paper. Then let's talk about who showed up to that so-called private wedding. She started reading. Producers, DJs, one pastor, a stylist who'd once worked for Tiny, and wait for it, a former member of Escape. Chat exploded. "Ain't no way," someone typed. But Jaguar wasn't laughing. These people signed the book. They toasted with champagne. And not one of them called Tiny. Within an hour, screenshots of an alleged guest book page circulated online. Signatures looked real enough to fool half the internet. Each page stamped with a gold crest, Bahamian Royal Resort, Suite 7. The same resort fans had linked to T.I. weeks earlier. It was the smoking gun everyone wanted, or maybe just the gasoline. Meanwhile, Tiny's inner circle was in meltdown mode. Her best friend Shakina supposedly confronted a stylist on Instagram Live, saying, "If you was there, say you was there. Don't act brand new now." The stylist logged off mid-sentence. That clip hit 1 million views before midnight. And then came the DMs, leaked audio allegedly between two Grand Hustle staffers whispering about covering the event invoices. One voice said, "Make sure it goes through the foundation account. He don't want it traceable." The second replied, "Already done." Jaguar don't got that info. Oh, but she did. Because the next post on her feed wasn't words, it was a screenshot of a payment receipt. $47,500, event coordination fee, paid by Hustle Vision LLC. The date matched the rumored ceremony weekend. Fans went nuclear. Memes of T.I. in a tuxedo running from detectives flooded every feed. While blogs fed on chaos, bigger outlets quietly started making calls. A TMZ reporter claimed on X that a senior law enforcement contact confirmed the receipt looked authentic. That's when it crossed from gossip to investigation. Inside Atlanta, promoters whispered that T.I. had canceled 2 club appearances for family reasons. His publicist denied everything, calling Jaguar's claims psychological fiction. But nobody bought it. If you have to say fiction, it already sounds real. And poor Tiny, she hadn't said a word, but her silence screamed louder than any press release. Paparazzi caught her walking out of a recording studio with swollen eyes, phone glued to her ear. Headlines wrote themselves. Tiny seen crying again as Jaguar drops new bomb. Internet empathy lasted 5 minutes before turning into speculation. That night, another anonymous source emailed a gossip page a blurry photo, a man in white linen on a candlelit beach, standing beside a woman in a gold dress. The caption read, "Congrats T and K Red Heart, Bimini forever." The faces were fuzzy, but the tattoos weren't. Fans compared the shoulder ink to T.I's. The match was undeniable. Within hours, #Bimini Wedding trended worldwide. TikTok creators reenacted the ceremony, adding dramatic music and fake vows. Even celebrities chimed in. One R&B singer tweeted, "If you can't keep one ring safe, why buy another?" The subtext was brutal. Behind the scenes, legal teams scrambled. Rumors swirled that Tiny's lawyer had issued preservation notices to several media outlets. Basically, don't delete nothing. That meant litigation was coming. Divorce, defamation, or both. Then an old clip resurfaced from 2016 where T.I. joked about polygamy being misunderstood. Now it sounded prophetic. Comment sections filled with, "He been told y'all." Even pastors joined the conversation, preaching about loyalty, sin, and public humiliation. By day 5, Jaguar Wright doubled down. She dropped an alleged guestbook selfie showing herself with a supposed bride, a light-skinned woman with curly hair, half hidden behind sunglasses. Caption, "She ain't hiding anymore." But before the internet could dissect it, the post vanished. Deleted within 10 minutes. People theorized she'd been threatened, paid off, or both. That deletion only made things worse. Screenshots flew. YouTubers analyzed every pixel. One channel even claimed to identify the mystery woman as Keisha Daniels, a local PR consultant with old ties to Grand Hustle. Keisha shut down her Instagram the same night. A coincidence?
Not in Atlanta.
Radio hosts had a field day. Ricky Smiley laughed on air. "I knew Tip was hustling, but I didn't know he was hustling weddings too." Laughter aside, the story had legs. Every talk show segment, every meme, every parody sketch just made it spread faster. Then something unprecedented happened. A supposed text thread leaked between two industry investors claiming that BET executives had discussed shelving a reality project until the noise dies down. That alone suggested real financial fallout. Did I try to clap back with an Instagram video, smiling, saying, "Y'all need to stop believing fairy tales. My only queen is the one y'all already know." But the delivery felt rehearsed, stiff, almost like hostage PR. Comments were brutal. "Blink twice if you got married again." He didn't blink. Behind that fake calm, rumors said chaos ruled. Neighbors allegedly heard shouting from the Harris mansion. One claimed Tiny threw a glass trophy at the wall, yelling, "I built this brand." Another said I packed bags and left in a black SUV. Of course, nobody could prove it, but nobody needed to. Atlanta thrives on almost confirmed. And then Jaguar reappeared.
They thought they could scare me, she said on live.
They think this is about marriage. Nah, this about money. She claimed the secret wedding was tied to tax evasion through offshore shells. Suddenly, the narrative flipped from cheating to criminal. She waved papers she called receipts, claiming I used the ceremony as cover for setting up a fake nonprofit in the Bahamas to funnel appearance fees. Whether true or not, it was the kind of detail that made cable news producers drool. Within 24 hours, federal interest headlines popped up. A so-called IRS source told Radar Online they'd seen suspicious transfers. It might have been fan fiction, but it sounded official enough for people to believe it. Tiny's team issued their first statement, short, cold, and surgical. Mrs. Harris has been made aware of certain defamatory claims circulating online. She will address matters privately through the proper legal channels. Translation: it's real enough to hurt. But what really twisted the knife was I's reaction. Instead of apologizing or disappearing, he doubled down again, dropping a freestyle on YouTube titled "Secrets Don't Shake Kings." The lyrics? Pure gasoline. They prayin' on my fall, but the crown don't fold / I keep 2 rings, 1 platinum, 1 gold.
He really said that.
Within hours, dislike ratios skyrocketed. The comments alone could fill an encyclopedia of outrage. Tiny reportedly went radio silent after that. No posts. No appearances. Just whispers that she'd been admitted for exhaustion. But in Atlanta slang, exhaustion often means heartbreak. Meanwhile, Jaguar wasn't done. She teased one more revelation. Next time, we talk about the preacher who blessed that marriage. Y'all ain't ready for that name. The internet collectively gasped. Because if she was hinting at the Atlanta megachurch network, the scandal wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore. It was spiritual warfare. By now, everyone was picking sides. Team Tiny flooded her old music videos with hearts and angel emojis. Team I spammed Jaguar's comments with clown emojis and lawsuit threats. But deep down, everyone wanted the same thing, part 3 of the chaos. Because if Jaguar's next drop named names from the pulpit, this wouldn't just be a marriage scandal. It would be the funeral of Atlanta's royal couple. And that's exactly where the story was heading, straight into part 3, where those church connections, hidden contracts, and leaked confessions would take everything from messy to biblical. When Jaguar Wright promised the preacher name, everyone thought she was bluffing. But when she hit go live 2 nights later, wearing shades indoors with gospel music playing faintly in the background, people knew something big was coming. They thought they could silence me, she started, voice calm but cutting. But when a preacher marries a man already married, that ain't ministry. That's business. The chat went wild. Who is it? Thousands typed at once. Then she dropped it, Bishop Darnell Price. A name too familiar to Atlanta's megachurch scene. The same man who'd blessed celebrity unions on TV, who'd been photographed with I and Tiny countless times, now allegedly the officiant at a secret wedding that wasn't supposed to exist. The clip spread faster than a rumor at Sunday brunch. Old footage of Bishop Price and I laughing backstage at a charity gala resurfaced. Blogs called it the holy hustle. Jaguar wasn't done. She claimed the bishop received a donation of $150,000 in consulting fees right after the Bahamas trip. Receipts? Of course, she had screenshots. A wire transfer, initials matching, date stamped 2 days after the supposed ceremony. They tried to make it look like charity work, she said. But it was hush money, for heaven's sake. Within hours, Bishop Price's PR team posted a denial. We categorically reject these falsehoods, but deleted it later that night. Too late. By then, hashtag Holy Hustle trended at #2 nationwide. Radio hosts, comedians, even pastors online couldn't resist the chaos. Some defended him. Others roasted him. One viral tweet read, "You can't spell spiritual advisor without advisor to spirits." Meanwhile, Tiny's friends had gone full damage control. Sources said she called her mom, crying, saying, "I can't keep fighting him," and the internet at the same time. Rumors claimed she'd filed temporary separation papers that Friday. Paparazzi spotted her with a moving van near her old studio. I was nowhere to be seen, unless you count the leaked photo of him inside a Maybach at a downtown law office. Caption: King of the South, not King of the Couch. But it wasn't just emotional fallout anymore, it was financial war. According to documents, Jaguar claimed to have several of T.I.'s companies were now under review for charitable misuse. Whether true or not, it was enough for the IRS to become the story's shadow villain. Every blog headline read like a movie. From Mike to Mansion to FBI. Inside the industry, things turned icy. Collab deals quietly froze. Endorsements paused for brand safety. Even producers who'd once bragged about working with T.I. started scrubbing his name from their credits. The ripple effect was lethal. One insider said, "You don't understand. When Jaguar drops names, sponsors ghost faster than mistresses." And Jaguar? She wasn't slowing down. "They say I'm bitter," she said on her next live. "No, I'm thorough. I don't gossip, I give autopsies." Her followers exploded with laughing emojis. Every sentence she spoke became content for 10 more channels. Even the bride, rumored to be Keisha Daniels, was allegedly spotted leaving a law office too. Sunglasses, hoodie, head down. Someone yelled, "Are you the wife?" She didn't answer, just smiled. Then came the audio leak. A distorted phone call surfaced on a gossip page. The male voice sounded exactly like T.I. saying, "Tell her to keep quiet till I handle this. She ain't supposed to talk till December." The woman's voice replied, "They already got pictures, baby." No one could verify it, but the internet didn't wait for forensics. It crowned it real before anyone could deny it. At this point, even Hollywood jumped in. Celebrities from outside Atlanta began subtweeting. One singer wrote, "It's always the ones preaching family values with the messiest private lives." Another added, "If you're gonna have a secret wedding, at least invite your first wife." Savage humor met scandal fatigue. But the emotional damage behind closed doors was reportedly devastating. Tiny's longtime producer told an entertainment site, "She feels like her whole life was performance art, the perfect wife to a man addicted to control." Another friend said she'd been journaling daily, writing letters she'll never send. The image of strength she'd maintained for years was cracking under pressure. T.I., on the other hand, went back to what he does best, denial and distraction. He showed up at a charity event, all smiles, posing with kids and politicians, acting like his name wasn't trending for all the wrong reasons. Reporters shouted questions about Jaguar, about the wedding. He just grinned and said, "Y'all bored?" But the cameras caught the twitch, that split-second frustration that only appears when you know the truth's catching up. And then, like every good scandal, came the twist nobody saw coming. An anonymous document hit Reddit titled Bimini Files. It detailed supposed offshore transfers between multiple entertainment accounts, including T.I.'s and an unnamed Bahamian trust. The document included bank codes, transaction IDs, and one haunting line, authorized by Price Ministries. If fake, it was elite-level fake. If real, it meant someone inside the church circle leaked it. Either way, chaos doubled. Tiny's silence broke that night. A single post on Instagram, a black screen, white text. God removes what you can't leave yourself. No hashtags. No caption. Just pain disguised as poetry. The post hit 2 million likes in 4 hours. Celebrities flooded the comments. Heart emojis, prayers. Stay strong messages. Everyone knew what it meant. By morning, news broke that Tiny had officially filed for divorce. Irreconcilable differences, the report said, but everyone read between the lines. Betrayal, humiliation, exhaustion. T.I.'s team released a one-line statement. Mr. Harris respects his family's privacy at this time. Cold, mechanical, PR scripted, like love replaced by legalese. Fans mourned like it was a funeral. T.I. and Tiny were the last real couple left, someone tweeted. Now it's just ghosts and receipts. Others blamed Jaguar. She ruined a marriage for clout. But even critics admitted one thing. She forced the truth into daylight. And just when the world thought it was over, Jaguar posted again. A blurry photo of an empty pulpit with the caption, Confession Sunday. Under it, she wrote, "They gonna confess before the congregation, or I'll do it for them." She claimed Bishop Price had privately admitted performing the ceremony and was praying for forgiveness. Whether that confession ever existed didn't matter anymore. The story had already become legend. By week's end, the fallout was total. Brand deals gone. Family split. Church shaken. Jaguar verified. The lines between gossip and gospel had officially disappeared. T.I.'s empire, once built on loyalty and image, was now rubble in designer sneakers. Tiny had gone quiet but powerful. Fans said she was planning a tell-all documentary, one that would set the record straight and end the fairy tale. And if that happened, Jaguar Wright's leak wouldn't just be remembered as drama. It'd be remembered as the spark that burned the kingdom down. The irony? Somewhere in all this, music sales for both of them spiked. Old videos resurfaced. Streams skyrocketed. Scandal sells, and no one sells better than heartbreak. The same fans crying online were the same ones replaying their old duets like eulogies. It was poetic, tragic, and cinematic, exactly what Atlanta does best. But behind every view count, every meme, every viral clip, there was one lingering question nobody could shake. Was Jaguar telling the truth, or just giving us the story we wanted? Maybe both. Maybe that's why it hit so hard. Because deep down, people don't care what's true anymore. They care what feels true. And this felt biblical. Tiny's last known words to a friend reportedly were, "I ain't broken. I'm just done." A sentence so small yet final, it echoed louder than any beat T.I. ever made. The camera fades, the smoke settles, but the whispers don't stop. They never do. Because in this world, loyalty is temporary, screenshots are forever, and love, well, love's just another headline waiting for its leak. And that's the real moral of this story. When Jaguar Wright opened her mouth, she didn't just expose a marriage, she exposed a culture. The one that worships fame more than faith, loyalty more than love, and drama more than truth. And as the world watched Tiny walk away from an empire built on illusion, one thing became certain. Secrets might make you powerful, but once they leak, they own you. This is Gossip Spill Vibe, where nothing stays hidden and every secret eventually screams. So after everything, the leaks, the lies, the fake smiles, and the "we're fine" interviews, we're left asking one thing. Was it ever real? Because if loyalty can be staged and love can be monetized, then maybe fame really does cost more than freedom. Tiny stood by him through federal raids, infidelity rumors, and tabloid mockery, but even she couldn't survive the truth when it stopped knocking and kicked the door down. Now we've got preachers hiding receipts, rappers hiding rings, and fans hiding in denial. The internet doesn't forget, and screenshots don't lie. So maybe Jaguar Wright wasn't just leaking a scandal. Maybe she was holding a mirror up to an industry that's allergic to accountability. Because behind every power couple photo is a power struggle nobody sees until somebody hits upload. And here's the irony. The more they deny it, the bigger it gets. You can bury the story, delete the post, pay the PR team, but you can't unsee the truth once it's trending. What happens next? Divorce filings, lawsuits, maybe another exclusive interview. But one thing's for sure. The fairy tale is over and the empire's ashes are public property now. So, viewers, tell me this. Who's really the villain here? The man who lied? The woman who leaked? Or the millions who watched like entertainment while a family burned in real time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story isn't ending. It's just beginning. Hit that like button, subscribe for the next leak before it breaks everywhere else, and remember,